All right, YouTube is up. And let's get Facebook going. Sorry for the delay, everybody. Facebook's just taking a second. Okay, Facebook and YouTube are up. And today we're just going to be on Facebook and YouTube because I'm going to be using my phone to usually stream for Instagram Live. I'm going to be using it for a tutorial today. And the other phone I usually use for this is being used for testing right now. So today we're just going to be streaming on YouTube and Facebook, but it still works just great. So as you can see by the title, this edition is going over some frequently asked questions. And this one is specifically going to be focused on the questions we get regarding when users are using DIR-S and something doesn't work like they feel like it should, usually what solves those. And then next Tuesday will be part 2 where we answer some other frequently asked questions with DIR-S. So, but before we get too far into that, like always, we're just going to cover a little bit of what DIR-S is. And DIR-S is an emergency communications platform. And we, our company is called Trusted Group, which is why all of our username, email, everything is Trusted Group, but DIR-S is our software. And DIR-S was started as a way to bring responders, administrators, users, everybody together and keep people in the loop in an emergency situation. And in the beginning, we were just focused on schools, K through 12, because that was where the need was seen the most, and now we've been able to branch out into a few more verticals, including like industrial locations, city offices, and other kinds of businesses where there's lots of different people, lots of different parts, and where if there's an emergency, everybody needs to be in the loop in real time. So that's a little bit of an introduction to DIR-S, maybe a refresher for those of you who have been with us before, or for those of you who are just coming across us. That's who we are. But some of the main questions we get is sometimes places after a drill will say, like, oh, well, I got an alert on my computer, but not on my phone, or vice versa. And so actually, first we're going to address on your phone. So let me just switch my HDMI cable over real quick. My phone. It's me and my dog. And 99% of the time, if someone isn't receiving DIR-S notifications on their phone, it's simply because of how their notifications are set up. Because most of us, and I'm definitely included in this, when we get a new app, when it says allow notifications, we click nope. We don't want giving us notifications. But DIR-S is one where you definitely want those notifications because that's how you get alerts about what's going on in your school or organization. You're not going to get a bunch of random DIR-S notifications. All of them are going to have to do with either a drill or a live scenario. So to make sure that your notifications are set right, you go into settings. And I'll be doing this from an Apple perspective, but it's the same process on Android. And similarly, when we go to the computer, I'll be doing it from a MacBook, but it's the same kind of deal on the Windows computer. But so you go into settings, next we hit notifications, and you scroll down to DIR-S. And then once you're here, you want first and foremost to make sure notifications are turned on. So if it's like that, you don't have any notifications for DIR-S, so turn those on. And make sure these are all checked. And then one of the main things that tends to slip by is banner style. So when you click that, you want to make sure it's checked persistent and not just temporary. And so when you got all that set, in particular that persistent versus temporary notifications, then your mobile notifications should be all set and you'll receive them in future alerts. Now, if we move over back to the computer, the questions generally revolve around, like I say, like either I got notifications on my phone and on here, or vice versa. And so the two main things with your computer is that while on your mobile phone, DIR-S is an app that you open and everything, on the desktop, it's able to populate your screen and override whatever is going on otherwise, if you've got it running, right? And so sometimes when people want to go and open DIR-S, they might go down like in their toolbar or in their app and click it and be like, oh, well, it's not open. And that's because it's already open. If you'll look on a Mac computer, it'll be up in your toolbar up here. On Windows, it's in the toolbar down here. And it's just the DIR-S logo there. Not sure if you can see it from that little camera. Looks like you can. If you just click that, or even if you just see that up there, that means DIR-S is running in the background. And then all you need to do is just make sure that you're logged in. So click it, click show, and there we are. It's all log out. And so if you aren't logged in, you click that and then show. Just bring you to the DIR-S login page. And you'll use whatever login you use with your school when you're set up with DIR-S. If your school uses Clever, you'll use that login. Otherwise, it's just a manual login. So I'll just log into mine real quick. And the demo one. And you're all set. And then from there, you can just close it. And as you can see, it continues running in the background. And so generally, like basically every time somebody isn't receiving notifications either on their desktop or their phone, that's why. Another thing you can do on mobile, which I forgot to show you while it was hooked up, is, well, I'll just show you real quick, just so you see. Sorry, we're hopping back and forth between different screens. It's always good to just make sure that it's up to date, and generally it'll just update automatically. But if you want to make sure it's up to date, you can just search in the App Store DIR-S. And if there's an update, it would say update right there. So that's generally the reasons for somebody's having issues with their DIR-S account. Generally comes back to how it's set up, how your notifications are set up, or if you're logged into it. So that's kind of the focus of this DIR-S Live. And part 2 will be next Tuesday, where we'll cover a few other frequently asked questions regarding DIR-S and Trusted Group. So make sure you tune in next Tuesday at 2 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. And if you have any questions or want to reach out to us, our Twitter and Instagram handles are at Trusted Group, YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook are just Trusted Group. Our email is support@trustedgroup.com. And that's it for today. We hope to see you next Tuesday.